Okay, guys, why is Brighton looking?
Imagi izoba ngcono kunaleya winwa iTeam Sky.
Lalela malume sorry ukuphazamisa ngoba le ndaba le iyangidla engangikubuka nje sisi. Asiqale le ndaba le.
Yeah.
Mpho njalo moya egamini.
Yo!
Usinika red apple. Bese uyabuya uzosenda egroup. In fact yazi weSky awukhuphule lento ese group chat. Ngibona ukuthi last night was
Oh, konje bekusebenza yena izolo.
So it's my fault.
No, remember this conversation.
The conversation.
Yes, I will read the conversation.
Read the message and direct it to me. To me.
No, I just said to
me.
him, Brighton, please don't blame me if
Yes.
the team loses tonight.
But you know the story when you go to a game, what happens?
Okay, Mshad. Can Brighton blame me for something though?
Yeah, it's something constructive. You can't blame me for that.
So why
Sky,
why did you become a drama queen?
Guys, I was not being a drama queen.
It's because she was there, Malum. It's because she was there.
No, Brighton is right. I have it on record.
Right?
Yes.
Mpho is responsible for all the red apples we get when she's at the game.
Guys, am I on the field
And then on top of that, she goes on to brag about it. She texts me.
Yes.
She texts me and say, if you don't blame me if you lose,
Yes,
knowing that Vele, you're already there.
And then on top of that, she asked Jose that question.
That
and
hard
Jose says you are
question.
being
But I'm
dramatic.
not on the field of play,
But
guys.
your new name from now onwards going forward
Is Red
Mpho,
Apples.
Drama queen.
Dramatic red apple.
Drama queen.
Boy. That's your name.
Drama
Hey,
queen.
guys, please listen to the show because I'm keke. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for South African football's most spectacular show. And of course, we had that small matter of the Soweto Derby that is taking place this weekend as well. This is your double dose of Derby delight and Disky decadence. Welcome to the Betway Premiership Preview Show. My name is Mpho Maboi, and as always, I am flying with our three superheroes. We've got first, Malum BBK, a seasoned sports journalist and editor. He's been covering the game so long that he was there when Kaizer Chiefs separated from Orlando Pirates and became the Kaizer 11.
Yeah, yabonga leyo mnyaka leyo. Ngangu driver. Hayi ama-taxi ngawaba nawo later. Ngangu driver ka Iwet Nene.
Is this for real or a
Iwet
wish it was?
Nene.
Malume, is this a Nganegwane or are you
Inganekwane.
And then we've got our bright star, Unjomane. He burst into the scene with a solid showing in the Soweto Derby. And like everyone who gets their dream job, he stopped working after he was hired. In fact, I mean, I'm looking at those guns. I'm sure it's the first time in your life.
Hey, Brownwin.
First time in your life.
Brownwin, bring the painkillers.
Hey, bopha mhlomnyama.
Usho ukuthi lama muscles abuhlungu.
Abuhlungu wabona.
Bopha mzomnyama.
Abuhlungu.
Bopha mzomnyama.
Adramatic futhi abuhlungu.
Am I the drama? And then, of course, we've got Uskai, the world's strongest man, unlike Bright Star. And of course, unlike Popeye and his spinach, Uskai gets his power from something else.
Namanzi, water.
Hi, my name is Sky Shabalala, and I love to pump. Forget the juice, because I like the force. Every time I eat the force, I feel the force. More protein than regular force. More force than regular force. Take a course in force.
There's no way.
Bese nithi mina ngizodliwa ilabantu. Weekend.
Okay, please explain.
No,
that's
AI. I've never seen that video.
What was happening there?
I've never seen that video. That's AI.
What was happening?
No, so I had this campaign, yabo.
Campaign ya Voros. Right. Arutlo ja Voros.
Sengidlulile abantu.
Uzobona. Uzobona.
I mean, sebaqala ukudla ivoroso.
Brighton ngizotshaya ama push up manje. Ngizokuhlula straight.
Uzomhlula njani?
Yeah, wait.
Hlala phansi.
I don't want you to get injured.
Yeah, for Saturday.
Yeah, I don't want you to get injured.
Okay, Shlala Ponzi.
Okay, sit down, bud.
Shlala Ponzi.
Good boy.
Very much.
Good boy.
Now, speaking of Vors, Mr. Vors, aka Black Panther here, will be building a Betway slip based on the upcoming Betway Premiership matches. BBK and Brighton will don their superhero capes to help him by bringing their superpowers to the table, their insight into the beautiful game. But before we build another slip, let's see how we did last week. I know it was heartbreaking because we had yet another singular
You
red
know,
apple.
we are the school of one red apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
One.
Yo.
It's there.
Drama bekhona stadium.
No, drama was. This was the game in Mpumalanga, there, Hammersdale, Golden Arrows and Amazul. And also, I just want to say something to it, Golden Arrows. You're going to start getting over 0.5.
Yeah,
You're going to start to Amazulu, you are winning, babzungu, but uyasidlisa. Amagoli.
Umalum manqoba yena ngisakhulumi.
Okay, so basically, we got everything except for the KZN derby, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Idabi enjani leyo?
Speaking of derbies, of course, tonight we start with the big one. Amakosi will host the Buccaneers in what will be Jose Rivero's final Soweto Derby in the Betway Premiership. Now, he's got 3 wins in the last 3 derbies. Pirate supporters have found it absolutely difficult to say goodbye to their Spanish guitar.
Oh, El Padre.
Dear Jose Luis Rivero, I was sold when you showed your big heart.
Finland, it's a very equal society. Yeah. It's not the same here.
But CV yakho ilambi abanye bakubiza ngeplamba.
Plumber? What happened with plumber?
I guess you are a plumber because you fixed my heart and you stopped the leaks in my eyes. Ufikile kumnyama kwindoda emnyama.
Back inside, chance for number 4. It's there from Kingston and Carter.
But once you started trembling your Spanish guitar, indoda emnyama ivele yadansa. You made the happy people happiest people. We are the champions. I have sang that song so much this past 3 seasons. Ufikile noSeju noMiguel wasala uma behamba ngoba bowazi ukuthi iSpan asikakapheli. The sleeping giant of Africa football was still in a slumber. And you wake it up. You turn the boys into men, transforming Orlando from a stadium to a place of worship. Imithandazo yethu uyiphendulile esigodini. It was fitting because of Jose means God will increase. This isn't a goodbye. Sisazobonana. You know what they say? Once a pirate, always a pirate.
My life will never be the same, after being here as a Pirates coach.
Gracious Jose, danki, siyabonga, riyaleboga. Now let's win this league so you can bow out in style. Sincerely, Orlando Pirate, Esgama Kepul.
Kwanzima.
Uyakhala nje manje. Atho.
You know why he's crying? You know why he's crying? Malum, you know why he's crying? Captain lapha uthe, let's win this league. Manje sikuphelile. Konke enzekile izolo eOrlando. Manje kodwa it's fine.
Anyway, yeah, no, masisebenza ne. It is a big game, so we've decided to bring in some big guns, unlike Brighton's biceps, so that they can chat about it with us. Welcome to the show, former Chiefs and Sundowns striker Katlego Mphela, as well as former Pirates skipper and returnee to the Betway Premiership Preview Show, Captain, my captain, Happy Jele. Ori, you are a plumber. Because you fixed my heart.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
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 Got Happy, the one that you really wanted. It says is still coming. Mathematically, it's is it still coming? I'm asking. No, I'm asking a question. Happy, please answer.
Sundowns is gone.
I answer Happy.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Jump into.
Go confused,
No, listen, that's what
What is my letter? Magune Chiefs.
Friends of
Friends of Sundowns.
I'm a friend of the Sundowns. I mean, now I was
Now we are going to see
Okay, but I have to ask Sky's question one more time.
Yes.
I asked your coach after the match, is he still feeling confident? And he says, I'm confident in my team, I'm confident in my players. Whatever will be, but at the end of the day, we're going to push up until the very end. Are you confident, Uguti? Ningai kurasha le trophy ka Nelson Makamo?
Yeah, I'm very confident. It's just the moment of disturbance, you know. There's still time, you know, and the way we're performing corner, it's gonna start on Saturday and show the people that we
come back.
to come back.
Okay.
Because if you look at Orlando Pirates, I said it before in the show.
Yes.
That a Pirate in Alento winner
Yeah.
in the last minute.
Yes.
So bazo continue balon.
Now I'm
Kodwa
changing
izolo
you.
ebusuku ayiwinanga ngo last minute.
Exactly.
Izolo ebusuku ayiwinanga ngo last minute iPirates ngasho namanje ngisasho. Ngathi ngeStellenbosch eOrlando. Yakhumbula?
Yeah.
Ngakufonela ebusuku.
Yeah.
Ngathi yaqala inkinga.
Yeah.
Kwaba nani isivunguvungu eKapa. Ngithi yaqhubeka inkinga yathi 6 points. Ngathi mangabe inyuka iya ku9 iya ku12 khohlwa. Manje uzokhuluma ngehope la ithemba libulala. Bafethu.
Skipper, bayeke mfethu mina ngikunika leli apple ngithi kuwena you are happy Quentin William Shakespeare.
Yes.
Captain Fantastic.
Ihambile lento ngoba namba niya lapha FNB Saturday. Kumele nishaye labantu niphinde nibashaye ngeNetbank ukuze nenze njani inhliziyo iphole kabi.
Lezo yenzeka leyo.
Izokwenzeka.
Yeah, izoyenzeka.
Okay, but then we have that, which has to do with the title chase, right?
Yes.
On this side, we have a top 8 finish that you are chasing, right? Coming to this encounter on the back of a loss against Marumo Gallants, what do you think? Because none of you come. But also, they also come into.
Carry on with the question.
Anyway, what do you anticipate happening on Saturday? Because a lot of people said they lost, Pirates crashed out of the CAF Champions League.
Yes.
You lost against Sikukune. You can only go up from here. You can't go any lower.
Awibambe killer kancane.
We can only go up from this. And we've displayed that. Hey, Bona. I'm trying. They can only go down.
I can't breathe.
The problem with Chiefs, you'll never know how they're going to turn out.
Yeah.
Especially this season. There's been too many turbulence. So,
yeah.
But
the problem.
I'm coming there.
Okay.
So, but I know when they get big games, they always
you show up.
They always show up.
Which big game they show up?
Sundowns.
I have friends with benefits. I have friends with benefits.
And mind you, Pirates, let's from the Champions League, the fatigue. So I hope, actually I think the Chiefs is going to win on Saturday.
Yeah. All I'm going to say about this game is that for us to all be friends here, ngicela kungabenefiti umuntu. Nishayiwe izolo against iKhukune and na benefits because they should have been 2-0. First derby penalty and advantage. So just for us to keep peace, if there is a winner, because that's going to be my pick on the bet.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a double chance. Win Chiefs, win Pirates.
Asilungisele into le.
Yes.
Ngicela nibuye la kumina la.
Okay.
Kule pick le straight Hayi amabhama mami lawa. Hayi laba hayi skipper laba. Yabona kukhona abantu abangangistressa, ngijuluke. Hayi laba bangivusa ngo2 AM straight.
Usakhuluma straight.
Straight.
You are looking for a straight back-to-back victories over Kaizer Chiefs.
Yes.
For the first time since 2000.
Yeah.
Wena Nduna, nawe friends of Sundowns. Umthandaza uqini. Ngoba nilwela ukuthi ningene ku top 8.
Yeah.
Sekwaba umchilo wesida. Indaba yeni ukuthi i top 8 into enidlalela. Khona manje yabo makuveli lokho.
Yes.
Makuveli lokho la
Yes.
TV. Izofika iveli to 1 to 8.
Yes.
Bese le page lesibili.
Silapha
Niyalida ke.
Silapha.
Number 19.
Yeah.
Bese
Malume, you meant to be neutral in this, eh?
cha ngiyazia
Energy yakho uyabuka.
But not to stay
badlale izolo lesikhukhune ngathi ingqondo nemzimba isaselele ekhaya bebehamba nje ngomoya into abayenze lapha washo no Jose ekhuluma no Mr Dramatic wathi uJose iPirate was not what Pirate is supposed to be.
Yes.
Yabo siyavuma lokho nikuvumeke kodwa ke into ekufanele yenzeke i-answer ukuthi i-answer izoba khona ngani ngepalenka angazi
behold
ukuthi i-answer izoba khona njoba usibisi engekho angazi.
Yes, but that's why I'm saying the bet here is a double chance. Chiefs is going to win or Pirates is going to win. I don't see.
Okay, speaking of how are we going in this encounter?
I double chance.
How about safety?
I double chance.
Chiefs straight win.
Chiefs straight win. Straight?
Obisi straight. Killer.
I'll speed. I'll bring a camera.
I'll straight. Two goals. Nazo.
Okay. Okay, sharp. So I have a wager of my own around this one.
Okay, you have a wager?
Before you place your actual bet and we see the slip, let's make this interesting. Sky and Brighton, as representatives of either team, you give us your picks. If you back your team to win and they lose, then you have to win the opposition's jersey on the next show.
Vele ngeke yenzeke vele leyo nto.
Ngoba
Phela ngina straight. And because ngeke ngilifake la. Ngoba yazi why? Angigolozi. But behold.
Okay.
The Spanish guitar.
All right. So if you lose,
you wear Pirates
you are
jersey.
wearing a Pirates jersey the next show.
So this
Killer's shaking his head.
So wait, so does that affect the bet slip? Because I'm fully
Not necessarily.
okay.
No, this is my wager.
Okay, we wager Mpho. Straight.
Okay.
Straight Chiefs
so
win.
they're both
But
saying
Lana,
straight?
I'm gonna say double chance. Okay.
All right, done.
Here I'm gonna say double chance.
Okay, so it's locked in.
Locked in. That's in the hair.
It is a double chance for Sky.
Yeah.
On that note, let's jump straight into our first round of quick picks. We've got Amazulu hosting Vitamin C and the boys from the Winelands taking on Abafana Bestende. Also, Sikukone will visit Makesi's Slaughterhouse, Kosi Shiho. It is a Limpopo Derby. We're out of time for the first half, so coming straight to you, Sky.
Yes.
What have you locked in?
So Amazulu angifaka with detention. So in the game it's about over 0.5 in the game against Ipolokwane City, Tama Orange Malume that never come to fruition. Makesi Sikukune. Makesi on a good run, but there's always a goal with Sikukune. We saw what they did in Orlando. They've scored, I think, 14 in the last 15 games. They always score a goal. So I'm giving them to score at least one goal in that match. And then Golden Arrows against Stellies. We've never done this bet before. I'm saying in the first half, I'm giving Golden Arrows a 1-0 handicap. So whatever happens, Bazo Kala go 1-0 with first half.
Okay.
Yeah, so if it's 0-0, it means it's 1-0 on the bet slip to Golden Arrows.
Anyway, he's always teaching us new things. He's always teaching us new things. Yeah, no, I love it. So, thank you very much to Killer and Happy for joining us on the Betway Premiership Preview Show. We'll be back for the second half after the break. Now, the final stretch of the Betway Premiership is here, which means that games will start simultaneously. So, if your team is fighting for something and needs a favor elsewhere, it can be hard to keep track, but worry not. The Betway Scores app is going to be your buddy in these difficult times. Betway Scores keeps you updated with all the action all the time. With Betway Scores, you never have to miss a beat. To download Betway Scores, all you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen and it will take you to where you get your apps on Android or iOS. We've got you covered. Download the Betway Scores app today. Now, we've also got another matter that has to do with the Brazilians. They will be taking on the bumbling Citizens in a battle of the top versus the bottom. The Citizens were talking a big game at the start of the season.
As the greatest heavyweight Mike Tyson said, everyone have a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Just ask Cape Town City. The Citizens cruised into this campaign with big dreams, kinda like Vuyo. They signed big guns and even bought a bazooka from the Botola Pro League. But those guns and that bazooka fired blanks. And City were bundled to the bottom of the Betway Premiership. The once confident Cape Crusaders have crumbled. Now, the fight is one of survival with no silverware in sight. For their sins, they have to square off with championship-chasing Sundowns. Luckily for City, they know how to spoil Sundowns' party. In their times, City were the Brazilians' boogie team. After all, they managed what no team could do last season: defeat Downs in the league. Don Cardoso, however, cannot afford another Sundown slip-up. Patience is a swear word in Pretoria. Zindala zombili, ongaphansi nongaphezulu. Gqim shelele.
So seeing that he scored 48 goals in 116 appearances for the Brazilians, we've asked Killer to rejoin us, or rather stay with us, to talk about this particular encounter. So, Killer, do you have any advice for Sky in this particular match?
Sky.
Yeah.
I think this one you must just go with Sundowns.
Okay.
I don't see them.
Tumbling.
Yabo la songakhuluma ke la. Yabo la baxohele Killer. Yabona mntwana baxohele Killer. Yabona ngasikhathi ushaya uSaint Ike Casillas. Yiyo ke the Killer that we know Mamelodi Sundowns. Hayi mokhulumela lenye team hayi.
But you see, this is where I have to ask the question. Are the Brazilians that good? Or is everyone else just struggling and not good enough to close this gap?
You see, the thing here, good question, and you know the answer.
Yeah.
This Melo Yellow train is...
Because this was meant to be your season. Everybody beginning of the season said, if Pirates is going to do it, this
I think
is
to answer that question, Mpho, and to be concise about it, is that everyone is struggling. Sundowns, they didn't start quite well, hence the chopping and changing of coaches and everything. But when you expected the teams also to rally and make sure that they capitalize on that opportunity of Sundowns' lack of good moments, in the game, all the teams, they struggled. I don't know, maybe it's one of those where it hit us by surprise to see Sundowns struggling like this. Yeah. But allowing them to come back like this, too dangerous. So my brother...
You're talking about the coaching changes. It says there is the Betway Premiership. Then there's Sundowns. And there's a big gap. And then there's the rest of the 15 teams. Or 14 teams now that Real Aim is not like that. You can't have a situation where last season they only got beat at the last game. At the last game. And you gave your supporters hope. Because thinking that 7 games tied.
Beginning of the season.
No,
beginning of the season.
Ghost.
My friends, when it mattered most.
Oh, you said you win the league.
But Sundowns, having said what we've said, we've seen with Malume's vitamin C. We've seen with TS Galaxy. Uguti Sundowns can be beaten. This is a Cape Town City that is also fighting for their lives to stay in the Betway Premiership.
Yeah.
They do not want to go to the.
Malum uyababona?
This is football.
Kule uyababona?
This is
12
football.
matches without a victory so
Ngana
far.
This is
uzoba umngani wami
football.
kule, uzoba umngani wami kule situation.
Malume.
You're
Yes.
saying it's impossible?
It's impossible to do what?
To beat them.
Cape Town City.
To beat
Sundowns.
for Cape Town City. What if Bavuga ngabo?
But everyone said it was impossible for them to beat them.
But if
And they
maybe-
denied them the
remember,
invincible season.
and
Last season.
They used to struggle. Sundowns used to struggle against City when it was Tinkler.
Thank you very much.
Because you know he was going pound to pound with them. He didn't come and sit back and let's see what's going to happen.
And I don't even think they're going to sit back here because it's about survival.
It is about survival, and I
Massive
think that is
inviter,
the element that we are forgetting.
Okay,
Guys,
massive inviter.
when
Don't be
you
emotional.
have 40 million minimum on the line, you literally throw everything out the kitchen sink at it.
Ngiyaxolisa ngibaboni but Mpho ngicela ukulungisa indaba yakhila mase invite la khona ama team awuthiwa amagama awuthiwa ngawa mention la awukhulumi ngemagesi ungalibizi or ngcono ubize indaba ya Eric ungathi Eric Tintla uthi coach ya team.
Coach Jele team. Okay, so
Malume ngiyakuzwa.
Yeah.
Mpho ngiyakuzwa about survival. But ngeke ngilalele.
Okay, let's lock in the slip then.
It's in.
Okay, what did
Isilo
you
samabandla sithini?
What did you lock in?
Yeah, straight. This is Sundowns.
Okay,
No.
so
Isilo yazi sathini isilo samabandla sathi nibezwe kodwa ningabalaleli owakithi wena.
Ongakulalela kodwa nje ukuthi this is a battle between the best attack Sundowns and the West defense Cape Town City. Kodwa
Okay, guys.
ningangilaleli ke nohamba naleso silo.
All right, so that's it. All 5 bets are in. We have to see what Chef Red Apples has cooked up. He's still chasing that elusive all green apple slip. So, even though y'all call me the Red Apple Queen,
you when I shoot when obayo ke lapha mangucheck.
this weekend I get on down. I know it. No, it should be a straight green.
No, let's go through the slip quickly. First game Friday night, which is probably the most important because it gets us into the weekend.
Yes.
Amazulu against Polokwane City over 0.5. Makes against Sekhukhune. Sekhukhune to score at least 1 goal. Golden Arrows giving them over 0.5 handicap in the first half. So Bangashawa then will be fine. Kaizer Chiefs or Orlando Pirates double chance for the Soweto Derby. And that's straight.
Sundowns. I've got
Malini Mpho sifaka imali.
Oh, sengifakile imali ngifaka 100 rand.
No, we need to.
Yes, I've put 100 rand and we 502 rand.
That's not bad. Over 5 encounters.
Five
Wina
games.
ngiyawubeka ngoba kuthiwa uyehla diesel.
Yeah, so what is it, Malum?
Hayi malume mebedliwa zakhuphuka izinto labo ugade.
Zizokhuphuka.
Mebedliwe kuvele khuphuka izinto.
Khuphuka zibe quadruple.
Khona kuzokwenzeka le weekend.
Zoba quadruple
Guys,
mayikhuphuka.
If you like what you see, please put your bet on it. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now to be taken straight to Sky Slip on the Betway app or on the website. All you have to do is load up your account, you place your bet, and win with us. Do remember to always bet responsibly and never chase your losses. Thank you very much once again to Katlego as well as Happy for joining us on the show today. We are taking a break for the Nedbank Cup final next week, but we will be back on the 15th of May for the penultimate show. That means second last. Where we will close off with crowning the champions.
So Brighton usho penalty mate ecabanga ama penalty.
Nice penultimate, mate.
Akona ama penalty.
Wow. So until then, guys.
Proceed for life.
Please spot with the Betway Premiership because listen that we will see you at the Soweto Derby.
Akaza ukhombuse